Hi, Carolyn Kearney here at Powell Lane Arts, and I'm standing with RYN and his cool piece of three-dimensional beauty, which will be in our Changelings show, which is from now until November 20th. RYN, will you introduce us to your piece?
Oh yeah, it's a Kappa, which is a creature from Japanese mythology. I've always been really fascinated by these guys. If you're walking around the towns in Japan, you'll see them on manhole covers and street signs by rivers.
That's awesome.
Warning people, be careful, there's water here.
There's water here and a creature.
Well, these things in the stories, they like to pull people underwater.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You see there's like a basin in the top of their heads that's full of water.
It even has a goldfish. I was saying to you earlier that there's no possible way that the work you do could ever be boring because you're using materiality in such an imaginative and creative way. What is this made out of?
Oh, this is shredded documents. I don't remember which kind. Like, I have one monster at home that's all old bank statements. I'm like, the source material is almost as scary as the monster.
That's right.
But this, I think,
the life of an artist.
like misprints from a company that I worked at where there's something wrong with it and they threw it in recycling and I took it home and shredded it.
I love that you repurpose things too. And you said this is resin.
Yes.
And then I'm assuming the goldfish, I'm going to call him Ted. Is that okay?
Oh, that's cool.
So you know what though? I keep on calling. I named a squirrel Alfred yesterday.
Alfred.
You know what? It's true. It's true. Very close to the chipmunks. But maybe I'm being too gendered. But she doesn't. It doesn't look like a Sally. But I think Ted's good. Anyway, so there's a goldfish in the top named whatever you want to name him. And I love how this resin comes out. And what are the eyes made out of?
Those are ping pong balls. My aunt had a ping pong table, which got taken away with all of her stuff when she died. And I just saved the ping pong balls.
I love it.
I don't have a ping pong table.
And he has a beautiful mouth that you can look in. And these great grabby hands.
The breath doesn't stink. Some of my other pieces do, because I hadn't perfected the process and the paper fermented and it.
Oh my goodness. I would never, I was saying this to a woman who does pressed flowers and stuff, and she was talking about the preservation. Yeah, they're really beautiful. She was talking about the preservation and how she learned to keep them completely, the process of experimenting with material, which I find fascinating because I think that artists are they're like scientists, but with beauty. You always have to experiment through your process and things like that. And I find it fascinating. I also like that your work always has a strong backing of some sort of cultural and folklore influence, which I think is really nice. And I love that you say that you were drawn to that, because that would have been my next question. Are you drawn to that in particular? When someone's interacting with this, what do you want them to take away from it?
Well, I know that I made this because I was disappointed that I never saw a Kappa besides on the street sign.
In real life.
But they sound fascinating.
They do.
You can paint a picture, but it doesn't really satisfy that urge.
Yeah, there's something so interesting. I like that you're in our current show, you have it will be the past show by the time you're watching this, but you have a tree that's very interactive. I like that you breathe life into your things. And so you really feel like you're interacting with them. And in theory, a Kappa would be scary, and yet this feels very approachable. It feels like a fun guy who just happens to be made of seaweed.
There are little traces of red around his claws, and the expression is terrifying but fun. He's
it's not my fault that I'm red around the eyes. That's just my coloring. This is just my face. So I love it. I don't know. Is there anything you want us to know that we have already gone over?
When the bowl is full of water in the stories, they're powerful mythological creatures. But because it's a Japanese myth, if you see one and you bow to it politely, it's going to be compelled to do the same. And the water spills out of the crown.
Is that good or bad?
And then basically it can't even move at that
So when you see it, just go like this.
Yes.
Maybe like curtsy and low bow with your head up so it will mirror
Lower
you.
the better, because then if it all comes out, you're safe. You can't do anything.
You know what? You're right. It's like with a bear. You think they're friendly, but they're not. So, I mean, they are, but you know. So, don't eat me, Kappa. We hope you'll come see and bow to Kappa.
Do you want to see goldfish?
I really do. This is a better way.
It took me a whole week to make that goldfish.
I love it.
Probably not a week well spent. But.
You know what? Disagree. Hard disagree. Did you get that, Kate? Kate, my sister, is our cameraman.
I zoomed in. Don't yell at me.
Sorry.
So.
Ooh, nice.
Kappa.
And I'd like to point out that the water is coming out of his head.
Yep.
That's right. Just in case. That way you can feel equal to each other.
Which is like terrifying for the goldfish, though, because what can it? Like, there goes this.
So you know what? Maybe you have to go with a bowl, and just be like, catch the goldfish. So please come play with this at Powell Arts from now through November 20th.
They'll have good snacks at the opening.
We try, and then we always have Teddy Grahams. Just did it. So see, what's funny is that I know you and I are pretty close at age. I think people our age are very excited about Teddy Grahams.
Yes.
Am I recording this?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I mean, the people want to know about our
Teddy
This is important.
The
Teddy Graham
wine is
habits. The little kids are excited about the mini Oreos, but we're adults. We like Teddy Grahams. We want everyone to know it. Please come see us at Powell Arts.
Yes.